Hi all, welcome back to the channel. So today let us review Nifty and Bank Nifty price action, and then I'll like propose the plan for tomorrow. Now, before we proceed, I want to showcase something on the daily time frame. So this is the daily time frame of Nifty, and as you can see, Nifty is more or less like stressed, or you can see that the price is struggling basically, and the price is definitely needs a kind of a retracement, or we will need exuberance. Or exuberance means like real intent from the buyers to take the price above 18400 and into 18600, and likewise 800 above zones. So now this is a place where I would be very cautious on my longs unless I see real intent from the buyers. It will, like, chances are that yes, we might get trapped out. Like, for instance, like whatever happened here and here. And if you have seen yesterday's video, I was expecting a bearish close today, and yeah, that eventually comes out as a part of experience of watching the markets for year after year across the market cycles. Now, what's the possible plan for Nifty? Well, one important thing to note before we plan anything is this zone where buyers came in, they took the price above this zone. The price should not come below this. If it starts coming below this levels, then yes, sellers will have a real chance of pushing the price down. And once we, like, there is one more zone here. If this also doesn't get hold, then we are the possible target will be somewhere close to 17850. Again, it all comes down to what kind of price action that is forming, and then what kind of informed decisions that we can have. Yeah, possible that let's say market comes here, it can retrace back up, or it can come till here and it can retrace back up. So right now, at this levels, major especially for Nifty, a real intent buying should come. And yeah, most likely it might come, but more or less I think at this level it would be FOMO buying or late buyers that might get into the market, and maybe they might push and then get it trapped. So I think it's more or less like wait and watch tomorrow. And but I'm expecting a trending Friday for tomorrow for sure. So let us go into the shorter time frame. Okay, so just a moment. And here, as you can see, so let me just align the price. Okay, so now my possible buying zones, let's say price. Okay, so coming to today's action, right? So first let us cover that. So price gapped up, and yesterday I had mentioned we should not get a huge gap up, then it might not really sustain. It gapped up, it like went sideways, and considering the weak trend, yes, probable down move was expected. But yeah, it all depends on the timing here. If somebody would have got 18300 like put, or they would have bought here, it might have doubled or tripled. So but again, it's a more of a timing game rather than like anything else. But yeah, one thing is, considering the sideways movement and the weak trend, yes, it could have been predicted that we the puts can be a multi-bagger. But yeah, that's more on like the zero trades that most of the option buying people do on expiry. Now coming to the market structure and the space it has created. So this zone is one of the first zones where any like price starts closing below this levels, we might expect a down move till 18 triple two, basically 18 to 20 zones. And here, this is the place where I'll be very much looking to buy, look for buy trades, and based on the price action, what kind of price action we are making, and in case if we cut the swing, then it's a very good place to go along. So this is one important space for buyers where buyers can come in, and there can be a like fight between the buyers and sellers at this zone. So this will definitely create volatility, and more or less, let's say if we get a trending market, then possible that we can just break down below. And likewise 18 180 will be very much important zones to for the bulls to take control. And as far as bears, let's say if we open gap up somewhere here, and this place will be very much important, like for sellers will try to defend this. If not, this open is equal to I candle will be very much important for them to defend. And I think most probably they'll look to, I think it will be defended unless we get a bigger gap up, like just above this price point, and then we try to, break out. So this is where buyers can, like, basically it will be like a reverse gap, and yeah, this can lead to short covering, or this can lead to short, like over has taken shots getting trapped here. So that's the plan on Nifty, and let's go to Bank Nifty again. Yeah, so Bank Nifty, let me again show you the view on the day time frame. It's definitely at a very interesting, junction, or juncture in time. So here, since I mean Bank Nifty is definitely more stronger than Nifty when you see on the daily time frame, and it is quite close to the all time highs. And here one expectation is, like, let's say if we get a gap up, or I mean not a big gap up, or if we open flat and if we start, sustaining above this size, like today's high and the high that was made on 4th of May, then definitely we can expect a breakout. And that is, that is my expectation, like that we might get a breakout. We will see more details on that in the, like, the lower time frame. So here on the lower time frame, as you can see, this was one of the trend lines that I had drawn. And yeah, so what happened today, again a big gap up came down, and this was one of the zones which we have drawn. And as you can see, I have made very less changes to the, like the trend lines or the horizontal supports and resistance zones that I usually draw. And you can see that only the yellow lines keep getting changed. That's based on the dynamic support and resistance zones. So here, you can see that market came down here, took support, then it was more or less like volatile, and it was very difficult, like I'm sure, like whoever is into, option buying would have faced very much, like a lot of difficulty in placing their SLs. And on the other side, the call sellers, like basically the strangle and the straddle sellers, especially straddle sellers, would have seen this spike, and this spike would have kicked out a lot of, or would have taken out a lot of SL, considering that it happened at 215 to 230 zone, and then a probable down move. So that's what the market did today. Now, the plan for tomorrow, again more or less the same thing. The buyers will have to start sustaining above, and sellers will definitely look to, defend this zone and as well as this zone. Let's say we spend some time here, and then if we get a breakout, yes, definitely it will be very much interesting. Especially Bank Nifty looks quite strong when compared to Nifty on the, um, when you compare it on the daily time frame. And if, let's say, if we start coming down below, I think this zone, that is 43 300 and 43 180, these two zones will be very much interesting, and it will be the place where bulls will try to take, like, gain control. So of course they have this resistance that has to be broken, and most likely, it might trap the, like, short sellers here, and that might lead to a up move. So that's it on Bank Nifty. So trade carefully and trade well. Let's catch up tomorrow.